What's up, weirdos? I'm Felicia and I like scary movies, and today we're talking about a movie I didn't even know was gonna have an in-theaters theatrical release, and I saw it yesterday in person in a real movie theater with a Diet Coke. Ah yes, we're talking about The Night House. This movie was written by Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski and was directed by David Bruckner. And this is an original script. It's not based on anything, and I feel like sometimes we're getting that less and less. We have like a lot of remakes and stuff happening right now, as we always do, I guess. But this is an original concept, ghost story, freaking... After the unexpected death of her husband, Beth must live alone in the lakeside house he built for her. Soon, a ghostly presence starts to visit her at night as she finds more and more of her husband's secrets. Okay. This is a psychological thriller. The movie starts out and this woman's husband has died. She's going through it. She is going through all these different stages of grief, just really freaking, it is terrible. And then it sort of morphs into this ghost story, and you know how I love a ghost movie. So that was thrilling, but then from there it turns almost into this like mystery thriller of her trying to figure out like what is going on in this house that she built with her husband. And it has twists, it has turns. I was guessing throughout the whole movie, like I was like, is it this? Is it this? Did he do this? I will also say this movie feels like kind of impossible to like fully discuss without spoilers, but this movie just came out, so this is a spoiler-free review, but I'm gonna do a spoiler review on my Patreon this weekend, so I can just like, because I feel like I have like so many things to say to you about like the last half hour of this movie, but I can't do it. I cannot ruin it for you because it's honestly too good. And it's funny because like, this was not one of the movies on like my end of summer, fall radar that I was like super excited about. Like we have a lot of crazy stuff coming. Candyman, Halloween, like there's a lot of Malignant, like there's a lot going on right now, a lot of releases. And this is one that I was like, oh, it's playing in a theater, like I'll just go see it. Sounds fun. I go and I was like kind of blown away. So, okay, I'm just gushing. So plot, freaking amazing. This whole original concept of this type of ghost story with this journey, I feel like I had not seen something like this before. The second thing, Rebecca Hall, who is the lead in this movie, we are spending so much time with her face on screen, and she was incredible from start to finish. Like the way she shows us the myriad of ways somebody going through extreme grief might react to even everyday situations is just kind of magnificent. Like there were so many times while I was watching this that I was just like, this is like freaking good acting. And there are other people in the cast that are also amazing. It's a pretty small cast, but we have her neighbor named Mel, played by Vondi Curtis Hall, and he is like truly the most lovable, likable neighbor character, but he actually has like more to do with the plot, and he was amazing. And then we had this, there's a freaking gnat. Why are my reviews so chaotic? Okay, and then we have Beth's best friend Claire, played by Sarah Goldberg, and something about this actress too, I was like, you are amazing. Like all across the board, the acting in this movie I felt was so real, genuine, just, I just loved it. And the next thing I loved, and there's obviously a lot of contributing factors, but it's freaking scary. Like I jumped out of my skin multiple times. And it's because they do such a great job putting us in the shoes of Beth, who, you know, after this horrible tragedy is on edge, and sometimes it's too quiet, and then sometimes a sound is way too loud, and you as an audience feel like, you know, on the edge of your skin in the same way that Beth does. And I thought they accomplished that so well. And so when she is scared, I am scared. So also, in addition to having just like a well-made horror thriller film, like they've got that, a super original story, absolutely yes. And then you also have some conceptual things in the film that I found very meaningful. There's sort of a duality. Am I using that correctly? There's a lot of things in this movie where you have the original and then you have its opposite. You have the night and you have the day. You have the house and the opposite of the house. You have the husband she knew and the husband he was. Like, there's all of these different things in the movie, and you also see some of this more subtly in like the set design, the cinematography and such. But there's something about it that kind of relates to the overall concept of the movie, which is like life and the opposite of life. And like, what is that? I just loved it. I just fangirling out about this movie. And that's always my favorite. Like, when you go into a movie with no expectations and it freaking like wins you over. Like, I love that experience versus the opposite. Where you go and you're like, I'm ready to love it. And then you're like, I didn't love it. But yeah, this movie is just like freaking awesome. Also, David Bruckner, by the way, is the guy that did The Ritual, which I always say, is the male version of The Descent. But a great movie on Netflix. It's a good movie. But yes, I love this movie. Please go see it in theaters if you can. Support it. Obviously be safe, wear a mask, all that. And if not, definitely check it out when it comes to VOD, which I'm sure will be sometime very soon. But that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna get my Patreon spoiler review of this up sometime over the weekend, so stay tuned for that. And that's it. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice screen. Bye.